All right, Matt. So we come from a generation that has seen a lot of change over the years. Traditions have changed. Everything has changed. Are there any traditions that your family used to do when you were a child that you just don't do anymore?
Um, Not really. Not really. No, my family was kind of basic. We kind of just did Christmas and birthdays. That's kind of all we did.
Yeah.
We used to gather up as like the whole family used to gather up for Christmas, but we don't really do that anymore. Like my uncle and my cousins and everyone would like pile into my grandparents' house and like do that for Christmas, but we don't really do that anymore. But other than that, no.
Would you have like one big family dinner or like around the table? Or would you guys like eat
Yeah.
in front of the TV and movie room and stuff?
Around the table, like we'd have like a big
Yeah.
table and we'd eat around the table. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it was hit or miss depending on which family's house that I went to, because I'm the last of five kids, so there's a 13 to 20 year age gap between all of my siblings and I. And so, they're married out of the house by the time I'm growing up. And some houses we'd gather at the table, and other houses we'd all be in front of the couch or somewhere in the house.
Ah,
But the reason why I ask is I have a Reddit post for us. It's from Am I Overreacting? The title is Am I Overreacting? My husband doesn't want to eat at the dinner table.
but babe, I'm gonna miss my show.
My soaps are on, dear. The days of our lives just won't go on without me.
How will I know if LeBron's gonna get the ring?
It seems simple enough, but either way, it says, my husband and I are in our first year of marriage. I grew up eating dinner at the table, and he grew up mostly eating dinner on couches at the TV. And I'm pretty easygoing, so since we've gotten together, I've been eating at the TV. It's gotten harder and harder. Some nights I feel mad that he doesn't want to eat at the table and focus on the food I worked hard to cook. And sometimes I feel upset that I have to stoop low to try to eat off of a coffee table. I don't pay any attention to the show because I'm focused on my food, so I miss whatever we're watching in our series anyway. That is the hard part about if you're eating off of a coffee table. It's low.
So
We have TV trays.
yeah, I was gonna say TV trays. Growing up as a kid, I did eat in front of the TV, but like we'd have trays. Like even now, like Em and I will sometimes eat in front of the TV and we'll have trays. We're trying to do a thing of like we're trying to start eating at the table because we don't want, because as Teddy, my son's getting older, we want to eat at the table with him. We want to sort of get that into him that you can't just sit in front of the TV and just shovel food in your mouth. But it is tricky. Sometimes you just don't want to sit at the table,
Yeah.
It's a difficult one.
I think it depends what kind of meal you make. If you've made a big sit-down meal, then eating at the table I can understand. If that's your thing, or a TV... We're a TV tray family. My wife and I, we eat every meal at the couch. We have our TV trays. We fold them up. They store behind the couch. That's just how we are. We don't even have a table.
I don't have an issue with eating, like at watching TV and stuff like that. Like sitting with it on your lap. I don't have an issue with that. I can see why people would have an issue with it.
Yeah.
Is that the whole thing? By the way, is that her?
No.
Is that the whole thing?
No, there's more.
I was gonna say, because if it's that, yes, you're overreacting.
No, so it goes on. It says, I think I'm just going to start eating at the table so I can look at my food and enjoy it and not have to crouch over it like when I'm at the couch. And I've expressed to him that I want to eat at the table, and sometimes he will appease to me, but this feels like a very fundamental difference that will probably always be a struggle. It feels almost uncivilized to me to eat at the TV. Like there isn't a respect for the meal. And I feel like this was the dinner time culture that I grew up with. I got the pacing wrong on that somehow.
You suck!
Sometimes I'd sit down with my family at dinner at the table for 3 hours just talking, but my husband didn't have that experience. His family has trouble making daily conversation and feels tired after work, so sitting down at the TV is just nice for them. Can anyone relate? I just wish this wasn't a thing, and I want our marriage to have the dinner time culture that I was raised with. I miss it. Am I overreacting?
Yes, you're overreacting.
I think they are. The fact that
To
the
an extent.
husband... Yes, to an extent. I think the fact that the husband has, appeased her and gone and sat at the table occasionally.
The 3 hours threw me. So like we've been sat for 3 hours talking everything. Like eating at the table is fine. That's where you're supposed to eat, right? If the whole TV dinner thing kind of changed that, but like you're supposed to eat at the table. That's where you're meant to be.
Yeah.
It's just as technology has gone on and we've gotten harder jobs and gotten lazier and stuff, we started eating in front of the television. I think she's overreacting, but the partner is not helping that.
No. There needs to be a balance.
I think the moment she said, I'm just going to eat at the table by myself, I was like, great, problem solved. Like, my head just went, problem solved. If you want to eat at the table and he doesn't, there you go. Do that. Like, that is a solution. It's not a great solution, but the fact that she's not even implying, she's outright stating that this is going to be a problem in their relationship. I was like, there are bigger things to that. If that is the biggest problem that you have in your relationship, you've got a great relationship.
If you have that early on, like if you're in your first year of marriage and you are stating that this is probably always going to be a struggle, that strikes me as somebody who rushed everything, because that is such a minor problem.
It's a minor problem. It's also something that would have been obvious from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Like, if they had been living together for a period of time before they got married, and they were doing it like that, was that not your first indication? Like, it's such for me, it's such a nothing issue, right? I get that they want to eat at the table, and I get that the partner doesn't want to eat at the table, but one of you just give in, you know. Find
the common ground. Talk it out. Hey, do you mind if I made a really big meal? Do you mind if we just eat it at the table tonight? Go from there. Figure out. There's so many ifs and variables, but
even if it's just a simple thing of what are we eating, does it require us to actually be able to not spill stuff?
Yeah.
You know, like if you're eating something that's like covered in gravy or sauce or whatever, then eat at the table. If it's pizza, you don't need to eat pizza at a table.
Yeah, if you're eating a sandwich or, a light lunch, like, just go eat it in front of the TV.
Right. Just do it based on what you're eating, you know?
Now, you made the comment about the 3 hours. No, 3 hours sitting and talking at a dinner table, that's family reunion level right there, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's wild to me.
Take it to the living room. Go talk over TV.
That strikes me. Do you know what? As soon as I heard the 3 hour thing, I went, oh, God, one of those people. Where it was like we don't watch television, we play charades.
Well, Mary Ellen, how was school today?
How was school today?
Did you do anything fun?
Did you pass your trigonometry?
Smashing lad.
Right. It's one of those, right? It immediately struck me as a bit of a stuck-up family.
Yeah.
But that might just be because of my upbringing. I don't know. Maybe because I did eat in front of the TV quite often. In fact, I might say most of the time.
We're the TV dinner era.
We're the TV dinner era. We're that generation that ate in front of the TV, you know?
Yeah.
If anything, she's the oddity.
I definitely think she's overreacting. There is a little bit of need for discussion in the marriage, especially if you're in your first year and this is your issue.
Yeah. She's overreacting, but we've also had the crossover that we'd never expected. We've got an asshole as well.
Cross-posted Reddits here.
Right. This could have gone in the Am I the Asshole as well, because he's being an asshole by not understanding what she wants, and she's overreacting.
The funny part is I'm going to have to keep up with this one. This was posted 9 hours ago. This is fresh.
Oh, this is fresh as of recording? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I look forward to hearing more, maybe.
We'll see if there's a part 2. But in the meantime, what do you guys think? Have you ever had it to where your experiences growing up contrasted a significant other's and had a little bit of clash? Do you think they're overreacting? I personally think they are.
I think they are a bit, yeah.
Yeah, either way, let us know down below in the comments section. Head over to the Discord if you haven't already. Let us know over there. Chat it up. Share some experiences. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hang around. Watch some more videos. And until next time,
bye.
Bye.